My next guests include one of the top first basemen in Mariners history. He's a 3-time Gold Glove winner, an all-star, and a fan favorite during his 4+ seasons in Seattle. Today, John Olerud and his wife Kelly are here to talk about a cause that's close to their hearts. Their work with Canine Companions honors their daughter's legacy and helps people with disabilities gain greater independence. John and Kelly and a service puppy in training, Trevor, right here on New Day Northwest. Thank you so much for being here.
Yeah. Thank you so much for having us. We're really grateful to be here.
Oh, I can't wait to talk about this organization and obviously to talk about Trevor soon. John, we'll start with you. For those who are not familiar with Canine Companions, what can you tell us?
Yeah, no, Canine Companions provides service animals for adults, children, and veterans with disabilities, and they do it free of charge.
And free of charge, which is amazing.
Yeah.
Which is amazing. And so they're all over the country, and they free of charge. I mean, what comes free of charge anymore? So,
absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
That is so amazing, the accessibility there. And Kelly, your connection to this mission is deeply personal, if you don't mind explaining.
Absolutely. So our daughter Jordan was born in 2000, and that's what we named our nonprofit, the Jordan Fund, after her. And she passed away in 2020 at 19. But one of her joys of her life was her service dog Baker, and he was such a blessing and a gift to her, and not only to her but to our whole family.
Yeah,
we just really didn't know how much he was going to bring joy to our whole family, and our children, our other 2 children, were able to help raise service dogs for other people. So it was really cool to be able to be a part of that, just because our family knew firsthand what a gift it was.
Yeah.
And honoring her legacy moving forward.
Absolutely.
With this work that you guys are doing is
Absolutely.
incredible. Jordan had a service dog like you talked about,
Yes.
Baker. So how do you explain, firsthand the difference of having a service dog for people that might not be familiar with the process?
Absolutely. Do you want to?
I think, they just do an amazing job of training these dogs for cues on how to allow your child or whoever needs the dog to, just be more independent, go out,
Absolutely.
And do things, and then I just feel for the family. They're just such a joy to have. They become a part of your family, and so much fun for everybody. A lot of good memories just in interacting with the dog.
Yeah. As we look at pictures of our family, there's dogs, Bakers in every picture.
Oh, I bet.
And I think it's also amazing, just to be able to see what they can do. They tailor the dogs to the individual needs of the person getting the dog. And so for Jordan, she couldn't bend down, like she couldn't walk. And so Baker would pick things up for her. He would sit by her, and he was really a bridge to the world around her, because sometimes it's intimidating coming up to somebody in a wheelchair. It just can be. And so Baker was a way for people to come up and interact with her. And so we'd have people come up and ask questions about Baker, and then they drew Jordan out that way. So that was really cool.
And then fun stuff too.
Yes.
Like Baker, we could train him to pull the sled back up the hill so that she could, ride back. So I mean, the things that they're able to train these dogs to do is just amazing.
Yes. Let's talk about the training, because Trevor here is in training. So what does that look like?
Yeah.
Go ahead. Okay, well, we can jump in together. Well, they start with volunteers. So up until 18 months, somebody will volunteer to train Trevor just basic tasks.
Basic commands.
Like sit, stay, different things like that. And then at 18 months, they go to a professional trainer. And then the professional trainer takes that to a next level. And then they really tailor the dogs to each individual person. So it's really cool. And they need so many volunteers. So whether you could do it for a weekend or 18 months, it's just an opportunity to just be how many people get chances to be a blessing through a blessing, because the dog's a blessing, and then you get to bless somebody on the other side of that. And don't you think it's just
and I would say Kelly is amazing with animals, but I was worried that I was going to ruin this dog the minute I got it, but by not knowing what the cues are or what the expectations were and maintaining that. But Canine Companions does such a good job of helping you and making that transition and just making it a normal part of your daily activities. So it's a really neat neat thing.
And they become a part of the family, like you said, and it's not just,
Yeah.
okay, drop off, figure it out. That transition piece is so important to have.
Yes.
So, you know, because I totally get it. I think what you said is super fair. I'd be like, I don't want to mess this up.
Right.
You both touched on how it's free of charge, which is incredible. So how is that possible?
Well, it takes a village. I mean, I know they always say that, but it does. These are volunteers. There's organizations like the Jordan Fund that give financial grants to Canine Companions. There are corporate sponsorships, and we're going to talk about. I mean, come to the ball game on September 3rd, because even just purchasing a ticket to a Mariners game for Dog Fest, you are helping Canine Companions. So there's a lot of ways to be involved, and they need everybody from small to large. So everybody can be involved.
And let's talk about that, John. The Mariners have been great partners, I understand, with Canine Companions. So how have they helped, you know, raise awareness for the organization?
Oh, the Mariners have been great. I mean, ever since from before I got to the team in 2000, they were doing calendars where they would raise awareness for the organization by, you know, having pictures with players and putting them on calendars and that kind of thing. And the Mariners have just been great. You know, we did Disability Awareness Day in July 5th, and they've just been super helpful with that and with, you know, the Bark in the Park. So.
And then the Canine Companions came and were a part of Disability Awareness Day, and it was awesome because they had the therapy dogs there, and we had one young man that just spent his whole day just with the dogs, and he had the best time ever.
That would be me.
Yeah, so it was great.
How can people volunteer and help? You touched on this. It doesn't have to be, you know, months to help. It could be a weekend. So how do we get it?
Go for it.
Hopefully I'll answer this right. I think, you know, go to canine.org.
Yes.
And you can, whether it's a puppy raiser or other ways to help out, that would be a good start. But yeah, they're always looking for volunteers, looking for puppy raisers to get guys like Trevor ready to serve somebody that needs them.
Yes, and then come to the game.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, that's easy. If you enjoy the Mariners, you enjoy baseball in September, come to support Dog Fest, and Canine Companions will get a portion of all those tickets sold.
Amazing. Thank you so much to both of you guys. And we
Yeah.
can't forget Trevor, our special
Yes.
guest.
Yes.
Don't miss Dog Fest, like we said, and Bark in the Park with the Mariners on Thursday, September 3rd. There's a pregame event at Victory Hall before the game. Thank you so much for spending time with us today. For more New Day fun, subscribe on YouTube and be sure to download King 5 Plus free. Don't forget to enjoy your new day. We'll see you next time.